Hello folks, welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. Welcome back to my Bundesliga predictions. It is now time for match week 19 of the 21-22 Bundesliga season. Let's have a quick look at how everyone did in match week 18. It's one of those rare occasions where I got, let me just say I got 3 again for the second consecutive week. Now, this is one of those rare occasions that the hat actually wins. The hat has actually beat me this week. I got 5 out of 9. And funnily enough, if you didn't, the highest score was 5. So if you didn't get more than 5, you were beaten by the hat. So we'll go for the scores and the doors. So the Asian Sensational FC, I know you managed to win last week. But you only got 2 this week. Sportcat 1 got 2. And then come the 3s. I got 3. Shane got 3. James got 3. Ballum got 3. Chris Welsh got 4. And then the hat got 5. Sean Brennan got 5. And Lanzo got 5. So hopefully for a better time of it this week. And we've got some big games both at the top and the bottom of the Bundesliga table. We will start with Borussia Dortmund against Sc Freiburg. Obviously, 2 wins to Dortmund, 2 wins to Freiburg, 1 draw. Dortmund have won an interesting game against Eintracht Frankfurt, it has to be said. What a game that was. 3-2 win. 2-0 down very early on as well. 2-0 down after 24 minutes to Rafael Santos Borri. Again, 2 very good goals, but a very good comeback in the second half from Thorgan Hazard. Jude Bellingham with his head. He doesn't score many with his head. I think that's his first headed goal in the Bundesliga, and a lovely finish from Mahmoud Dahoud got the 3-2 victory as well. In a game where Dortmund were very sloppy in possession, kept giving the ball away, and how Frankfurt didn't actually beat them is another matter. It was a very, very disappointing performance from Dortmund, but to get the 3-2 win, their fans will be absolutely delighted. Freiburg, on the other hand, managed to get a 2-2 with Arminia Bielefeld, and again, this will feel like a defeat because Arminia Bielefeld managed to get the 2 goals in the second half. To be fair, Freiburg were 1-0 up at half-time through Yannick Haber, and Jeon Woo-yong managed to get the second in the 46th minute. And then Messiah Ugagwa and Brian Lasme managed to get a 2-2 draw as well. So Freiburg will feel that's like a defeat as well. Freiburg did actually beat Dortmund previously in the Bundesliga. I think it was a 2-1 win to Freiburg. So I think, looking at this game, I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Dortmund. I think Dortmund will win this one. I think Freiburg were going very, very well, and just ever so slightly recently, they've had a few very, very bad results, but I think they will definitely bounce back eventually. But I do think that Dortmund will win this one with the character that they showed against Eintracht Frankfurt, coming back from 2 goals down to win 3-2. I think Dortmund will win by 2 goals to 1. And now we have FC Köln against Bayern Munich. 5 wins to Bayern Munich in all competitions. FC Köln getting a 3-1 win over Hertha Berlin, which is a very, very good result. Anthony Modeste, Andrzej Duda and Jan Thielm with the goals. Vladimir Darida getting a consolation for Hertha Berlin. So a very, very good victory for FC Köln. And to be fair, FC Köln are doing very, very well. They sit currently, let me just say, they're sitting 6th at the moment. So they're in that Conference League spot at the moment. So very, very well done to FC Köln, you would have to say. Bayern Munich lost by 2 goals to 1 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Not a good start to 2022 for Julian Nagelsmann and Bayern Munich. Robert Lewandowski took the lead, but 2 goals from Florian Neuhaus and Stefan Leiner getting the 2 goals to win it for Mönchengladbach. Now, usually when Bayern Munich lose a game, they would usually go on and win the next game. they don't lose 2 games very, very often back to back. So I think Bayern Munich are going to win this one. I think, if I remember rightly, when they lost to Eintracht Frankfurt at home, I do think that they beat Bayer Leverkusen, I think 5-1 the next game week. So that's what Bayern Munich do to you. When you make them angry, you make them angry. And I just feel that Bayern Munich will just have too much for FC Köln. They're going to go for a 3-1 victory to Bayern Munich. And now we have 2 sides who are very, very close in match of the table. It's Mainz against Bochum. 3 wins to Mainz, 1 draw, 1 win to Bochum. Mainz 4-1 defeat to RB Leipzig, but they were down to 10 men for 71 minutes of that game because Alexander Hack managed to get sent off. Andre Silva scored the penalty. Further goals from Dominik Szoboszlai, Christopher Nkunku, and another one from Andre Silva managed to get a 4-1 victory for RB Leipzig. So very, very disappointing result for Mainz. But, it's games against, Mainz are actually doing okay, sitting 10th, and, their opponents, Bochum, getting a 1-0 win over Wolfsburg. Very, very impressive victory as well. Look, Bochum are doing really, really well. Wolfsburg have just completely plummeted down the table, but very, very good finish and a good win for Bochum to get on that Sunday. This is my first draw of the week. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. They don't look too much separated in the table, and I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw between the sides. And then we have Union Berlin sitting in 7th against a Hoffenheim side sitting 3rd at this moment in time as well. 2 wins to Hoffenheim, 2 draws, and 1 win to Berlin. Union Berlin drawing 2-2 with Bayern Leverkusen. That was a very, very good result as well. They were 2-1 up for a long, long time, but Jonathan Tah managed to get the equaliser for Leverkusen. So a very, very good victory. A good point away at Leverkusen, in fact, for Union Berlin. Hoffenheim managed to win 3-1 against Augsburg. Hoffenheim are looking really, really good this season, and sitting 3rd is a very, very good reflection as well. But Union Berlin are decent at home. They are very, very decent at home. So I have got a feeling that I think that this is going to be another draw, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 between Union Berlin and Hoffenheim. And now we have VFB Stuttgart against RB Leipzig. VFB Stuttgart are 15th at the moment, only on goal difference as well. And Leipzig are up to 9th now after a 4-1 win over Mainz. So very, very well done. VFB Stuttgart will need their shooting boots on. 17 shots, 3 on target against Gruether Fürth. Very disappointing result, that one. Look, it's expected that both of these sides would be struggling, but Stuttgart definitely need their shooting boots on. 17 shots, 3 on target. I mean, Fürth weren't even any better. 15 shots, 3 on target. So very, very disappointing, you'd have to say. Leipzig, as I said, 4-1 win over Mainz. Very good start to 2022. I expect Leipzig to go to Stuttgart and win pretty comfortably as well, I'm being honest. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to RB Leipzig. And now we have Wolfsburg against Hertha Berlin. 3 wins to Wolfsburg, 1 draw, 1 win to Berlin. Wolfsburg, they were sitting top for the first 3, 4, 5 weeks of the Bundesliga. And just ever since then, they have gone plummeting down the table. I mean, their opponents, Hertha Berlin, are 13th. Wolfsburg are 14th. 2 points. 2 points above the relegation zone. Very, very disappointing season for Wolfsburg. But they've got time to turn it around, of course. They definitely do have time to turn it around. That is for sure. Hertha Berlin lost by 3-1 against FC Köln. Both of these sides on the back of defeats. Wolfsburg losing 1-0 to Bochum, and Hertha Berlin losing by 3-1 against FC Köln. So I'm going to go for another draw. Again, not much separated between the two. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between these two. And Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen is the evening game and the game of the week, without a shadow of a doubt. 4 wins to Leverkusen, 1 win to Mönchengladbach. And I have to say, Mönchengladbach get in there. A very, very good victory against Bayern Munich. Really, really impressive victory as well. Look, Mönchengladbach have managed to win 2 games against Bayern Munich, 1 in the league and 1 in the cup. Obviously, the one in the cup was more impressive. 5-0 it was in that game. But yeah, to go to the Allianz Arena, and it was a very good victory. 2-1 in the end. Really, really great result, that. Leverkusen getting a 2-2 against Union Berlin. Patrick Schick's opening the scoring. But Union Berlin getting 2 very good goals. And then Jonathan Tah getting equaliser as well. Leverkusen have got the upper hand when it comes to games against Mönchengladbach. But I've just got a feeling this will be in another draw, and I'm going to go for a very entertaining game, this one. I think this could be a high-scoring game. I am going to go for a Desmond 2-2 in this one. And now we have Augsburg against Eintracht Frankfurt. 3 wins to Frankfurt, 1 win to Augsburg, and 1 draw. Augsburg have slipped to 16th now in the Bundesliga, 1 point above Arminia Bielefeld, who play Gruether Fürth, obviously. Augsburg have been really, really disappointing. 1 win in their last 5, 2 defeats and 2 draws, so it's not been the best form recently for Augsburg. Eintracht Frankfurt, you just don't know what you're going to get, do you? 3 wins in the last 5 games, 2 defeats as well. But Eintracht Frankfurt will be kicking themselves like how they didn't beat Borussia Dortmund. They absolutely battered them in that first half. It was just that Dortmund managed to get 3 goals in the second half. But yeah, Frankfurt want to bounce back in that one, and I'm going to go for them to bounce back in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Frankfurt against Augsburg. And now we have the 2 bottom sides playing against each other. Arminia Bielefeld against Gruether Fürth. As we said, Arminia Bielefeld are sitting 17th at this moment in time, and Gruether Fürth are sitting bottom at this moment as well. But a good 2-2 with Freiburg from Arminia Bielefeld. Great result, that one, after being 2-0 down as well. So again, that'll feel like a win for Bielefeld. But it's all about getting results, in all honesty. To be fair, they've had 8 draws this season, so they seem to be some of the, they are the draw specialists in the Bundesliga. You would have to say. Greuther Fürth 0-0 against Stuttgart. They've had 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 defeats in their last 5. You'd have to say, but the one thing I can say about Gruether Fürth is that they're showing that battling spirit. They've got a lot of character in this side. Can they survive? Look, it's going to be very, very tricky. I mean, they are sitting 9 points behind Arminia Bielefeld, and they're I honestly do think that they can do it. 11 points behind Arminia Bielefeld. 11 points, so it's going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky. They are 12 points off safety as well, so a couple of wins in there might be good for them. But it is the 2 bottom sides playing each other. Fürth have got more points than they've ever had in the Bundesliga. They had 4 previously. They've now got 6. So well done to them. But I can only see this going one way, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the 2 sides. So to clarify my predictions, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Borussia Dortmund against Freiburg, 3-1 win to Bayern Munich against FC Köln, 1-1 between Mainz and Bochum, 1-1 between Union Berlin and Hoffenheim, 2-0 between RB Leipzig and VFB Stuttgart, 1-1 between Wolfsburg and Hertha Berlin, 2-2 between Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen, 2-0 win to Frankfurt against Augsburg, and a 1-1 draw between Arminia Bielefeld and Gruether Fürth. So that's what I think. Now let's see what this fella thinks. The Hat did very well last week, 5 out of 9. Can he do any better this week? Highly doubt it, but you never know, do you? So we have Borussia Dortmund against Sc Freiburg. What does the Hat think? He says a draw between Borussia Dortmund and Freiburg. In there for good measure. So we have FC Köln against Bayern Munich. What does the hat think? Home win? Home win. I mean, Bayern Munich don't lose 2 games in a row very often, but it could happen here. It could easily happen here. Mainz against the VFL Bochum. What's the hat think? Away win. Away win for Bochum. That might be interesting. It might be very interesting, actually. Union Berlin against Hoffenheim. Home win. Quite possible. Both of these sides going very, very well. Hoffenheim sitting 3rd and Union Berlin sitting 7th at this moment in time. The next game, VFB Stuttgart against RB Leipzig. Draw. Possible. But Stuttgart definitely need wins, that is for sure. 2 sides who lost in the last game between Wolfsburg and Hertha Berlin. What does the hat think is going to happen in this one? Home win. Home win to Wolfsburg. Very, very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff indeed. And now my game of the weekend, undoubtedly. Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen. What is the hat thinking? Away win. Away win for Leverkusen away at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully not. Hopefully Mönchengladbach will start to slowly climb the table. They're sitting 12th at the moment as well. To be fair, it's very, very tight. It is very, very tight in the Bundesliga at this moment in time. Augsburg against Eintracht Frankfurt. Home win. Home win for Augsburg. As I did say, you never know which Eintracht Frankfurt turns up. You never know which Eintracht Frankfurt turns up. And the bottom 2, Arminia Bielefeld against Gruether Fürth. What does the hat think? A draw. A draw. It's very, very good indeed. So we have a draw between Borussia Dortmund and Freiburg. A home win for FC Köln against Bayern Munich. Very unlikely, but you never know. An away win for Bochum against Mainz. Home win for Union Berlin against Hoffenheim. A draw between Stuttgart and Leipzig. A home win for Wolfsburg against Hertha Berlin. An away win for Bayer Leverkusen at Borussia Mönchengladbach. A home win for Augsburg against Eintracht Frankfurt. And a draw between Arminia Bielefeld and Gruether Fürth. So that's why I think that's what the hat thinks. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And we will see what happens in these games. As I do say, there are some big, big games both at the top and bottom of the Bundesliga. Obviously, the bottom 2 meet each other as well. You have, obviously, FC Köln against Bayern Munich, Union Berlin against Hoffenheim. So some big, big games this Bundesliga season. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But until then, it's goodbye for me. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the football. Obviously, we have Borussia Dortmund against Freiburg on Sky on Friday. And also we have Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen on Sky as well. And also you've got the 2 Sunday games as well. Augsburg, Eintracht Frankfurt, and the bottom 2 as well. But until then, it's goodbye for me. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.